Well, good afternoon, everybody. This is me, Darlene Thorne. I am your Christian and Vision coach. I'm here today to speak with you about what's the title? I'm done holding on to broken stuff. And I want to just invite you to come in and invite your friends, invite your followers to come in and be a part of what I want to share today. I'm really excited about what God's given me to share with you because I think it's important. So let me do a couple of things out here because I want to make sure that, let's see if I can get this out here. Okay, let me see. All right, there it is. There it is. There it is. Okay. All right. There it is. Just checking. Okay. Let's see. Okay, just double checking. Okay, I'm here. All right, here it is. I'm done holding on to broken stuff. That's what I'm going to talk to you about today. Let me just pick it up from my phone over here because I like to be able to share it out. And I want, here it is. Go over here because I'm right up here. I don't want this message to go unheard. I want to share this. There it is. Yeah, here it is. All right. Good. Oh, this is working. I like this. It's absolutely working. This is good. I wanted to share this on a couple of pages, and I didn't know that I could, but I'm finding out that I can. Oh, this is wonderful. Okay, very good. A couple more pages that I want to make sure that they get to see this and get to be a part of this. So I'm just sharing it out there. Okay, good. Just wanted to make sure I could share it out there so that they can know what's happening and where we are. Yes, how are you? So glad you're here in the neighborhood. Like I said, do me a favor, share this broadcast with your friends and followers because I believe it will be an encouragement to them as well as yourself. Again, my name is Darlene Thorne. This is our Refresh, Refill, Renew, Let's Talk group. And I'm so excited that I get to be a part of this and share with you what God's given to me. This right here is just so powerful. I was cleaning my house and I was going through cleaning off my counter, and there happened to be on my counter, there was this cup. And I had this cup for a minute because I picked it up when I was out of town, and I was visiting. Where was I? I was in DC, and I was in the store, and I saw this mug, and I wanted to get it. So I picked it up, and I got it, brought it home. And when I got home, the handle. How are you doing, Minister Stephanie? Hello there, my dear husband. Good to see you. Do me a favor, share this broadcast out with your buddies because I know that they'll be encouraged by this, especially when you see that title. I'm done holding on to broken stuff. Well, I gotten this mug and it was sitting on the counter and the handle was broken. And I remember that I had taken that cup and I said, I'm going to fix it. And I've gotten some glue, and I proceeded to attempt to fix it, and it just wasn't doing it like the way I wanted it to happen, like right then and there. It didn't didn't quite get it. I said, well, I'll fix it later. So I put the pieces of the handle into the cup, and I put the cup on the counter, and I said, I'm going to get the right glue. Hear me now. I'm going to get the right glue, and then I'm going to fix it. Hello, Kiki. Good to see you. Thank you so much for sharing. Thank you, Mr. Stephanie, for sharing. Thank you, Kiki, for sharing. And I went to, oops, my necklace fell off. And I went to, I went and left it on there, and I said, I'm going to go get the right glue. How many times did we say we're going to go and get the right stuff to fix something? We're going to go pick it up later. We'll pick it up tomorrow. We'll pick it up next afternoon, whatever. But if we don't write it down on our list of things to do, and we don't make it a priority that we're going to make sure we do it, sometimes we forget. And so that cup sat there on my counter for a couple of weeks. And so I'm cleaning it. And each time, this is the thing, every time I clean that counter, I saw that cup and I say, I'm going to fix this cup. I'm going to get this glue. I'm going to make sure that I get this cup repaired. I kept saying it. I felt like I was saying it every day. And I was moving this cup from the right side of the counter to the left side of the counter, from the left side of the counter to the right side of the counter. I kept moving the cup, but never fixing it. So finally, I took the cup and I said, you know what? I am done holding on to broken stuff. And so I took the cup, although I had paid for it, although I had gotten it because I liked the cup, I recognized at this point in time, and in this season of my life, I didn't have time to waste. I didn't have it in me to keep saying to myself, I'm going to do this. I'm going to fix the cup. I'm going to get it repaired. Done. There were some things that I kept thinking about. I have so many, and my husband can tell you, I have a cabinet full of mugs. Full. Didn't need another one. But because I liked it, I got it. Didn't need another mug. Did not need another coffee cup. And if I never buy another one, I still would have too many. I didn't need it. So here I was, kept saying I was going to fix this cup. So finally, I threw it away. One of the things that I recognized when I threw that cup away, as I was going to the trash to throw it away, I said, I'm done holding on to broken stuff. And immediately it clicked with me. How many times do we hold on to broken stuff? We say stuff like, I'm going to fix it. We say stuff like, if someone gave it to us as a gift, we don't want to disappoint them and throw it away because something happened to it. Because when they come over, they want to see that thing that they purchased for you. We don't want to make them feel like we didn't appreciate it. So we would try to kind of, sit it in a space so they can see it, but they don't see that it's broken. They don't see that it's not of any use anymore, but they just recognize that, oh yes, the gift that I got them, they still appreciate it, but it's broken. Or we just want to, in our minds, tell ourselves that we are going to fix it. We are going to make it right. How many times do we hold on to things in our home or people in our lives? We know the relationship is broken. We know that the relationship is broken, and we try our best to hold on to that relationship. We try our best to try and see if we can mend it. But every time we come in contact with them, we say, well, I'll do it later. Or we say stuff like, I'm not going to worry about it. Let God deal with it. Or I'm not going to worry about it. It'll be all right. But we don't fix the relationship. There's a conversation we're supposed to have. There is a closure we're supposed to come to, and we don't. Do we ever get tired of holding on to broken stuff? Maybe it is time for you to just say, you know what? I'm done. We've got to get to the point where we are sick and tired of being sick and tired of holding on to broken things in our lives. If there are things that we know we were supposed to accomplish and we haven't done it, then it's time for us to go to God and say, God, is this something that I'm supposed to mend, make right, get fixed? Or is it something that you've been trying to tell me to let it go? And I have been the one holding on to it. God, in this season of our lives, is telling us that we've got to be serious about what it is that He is calling us to do. That we don't have time any longer to try and fix something that maybe God has said it's time to get rid of it. It has served its purpose. Thank you very much. But your services are no longer needed. We've got to get to the point that we've got to say, I'm done holding on to broken stuff. If it is broken, if it is something that is irreparable, we've got to acknowledge it, and then we've got to move on. Why do we do this? Why do we have to do this? One reason why is because it takes up too much space. See, on my counter, even though it was a small cup, that cup just kept getting moved from place to place. It just took up space. It wasn't serving any purpose. It just took up space. And I took it and I would pick it up. I'd wipe under, check this out. I would wipe underneath it, cleaning it off and put the cup right back there. What kind of sense did it make to have a cup that had a broken handle that I had tried to glue together, but it wasn't happening? I said I'm going to go get glue. I didn't go to the store and get glue, but yet and still every night when I'm wiping off my counter, I'm wiping off where that cup sits and is not valuable. It has no more value. So it just sat there taking up space. You have it for a long period of time and you didn't fix it. You didn't change it. Guess what? When it comes to people in our lives and we try to figure out what we're going to do, it takes up too much mental space. Mental space that we don't have time to be trying to figure out how we're going to mend a relationship that is broken, that really will do you no good service in this season of your life. Are you done holding on to broken stuff? Are you done holding on to broken relationships, thinking that they're going to be repaired, thinking that it's necessary for you to repair them? Is it of value to you right now? Because if not, you are taking up too much mental space that could be used for the thing that God really wants you to do. Are you done holding on to broken stuff? And then the last thing I think about, is it worth fixing? Is it worth the time and effort? Is it, thinking back to the mug, is it worth my time and effort to go to the store to pick up glue that may cost me $5, $6, $7 and then bring it home to put this mug back together? Now check this out. I put the mug back together and then Father, thank you. I have to find a space in my cabinet to fit it. Why? Didn't I tell you before that I had mugs for days? I have to find a space to put it on the shelf with the other mugs that I already have. I want us to be very cognizant of what we are doing in this season going into 2020. If there are things that are broken in your life, if there are relationships that are broken and you know that God is saying it's time for you to break away with them, it's time for you to be done with holding on to broken stuff. It's time for you to take hold to the things that are going to be of value to you. It's time for you to take hold of those things that are going to push you forward into the destiny that God has set for you. And if those things are not doing you any good, if those things are not pushing you into where you're supposed to go, if it is just taking up space, if it is just taking up mental space, and if it is not worth fixing, it's time for you to say bye-bye. Because those things are hindering you from being where God wants you to be. Those things are hindering you from moving forward because you keep in the mind, you keep going over, how is it that I can rectify this relationship? How is it that I can change this situation? How is it that I can fix this? If it is not meant for you to fix in this season, let it go. Because otherwise, the things that God wants to put in place, he cannot, because you haven't swept the space clean enough for him to put it in. So let me encourage you. Think about those things that have been broken in your life and take some inventory. How much space is it taking up? Either outside, those are those things that, those are those papers, those are those projects that you said you were going to do, that you've gotten halfway through and you haven't finished. Are you going to finish it? Because if you're not, toss it, especially if you know that that's not a part of what God has for you. Because you don't want it to take up space where God can really put the right things in. If it's up here, you want to make sure that you're saying, God, clean me out. Those things that are taking up too much of the mental capacity up here, clean me out. Those things that are keeping me from moving, those things that are keeping me from focusing on what you have for me, those things that are keeping me from being able to sit in your presence and hear from you. Because see, when we've got so much stuff going on up here, God can't talk. Because he tries to speak to you, but because you've got all these other things going on, you can't get quiet enough, can't get still enough for God to say what he wants to say to you. And is it worth fixing? Is it worth repairing? Those things that are broken, that are around your outside space, is it worth repairing? Those relationships that are broken, are they worth repairing? Now, I'm not saying that you kick them to the curb and you stop speaking to them. No, what I'm saying is people that you have relationship with, you invest time, you invest energy. And what I'm saying is redirect your energy to those who matter for where you are. I'm not telling you to stop speaking. You can still greet them. You can still say hello. But the time and effort that you may have considered putting out with them, you have to redirect it because you don't have time to waste. So listen, let me ask you this. And I want you to put a 1 in the chat. Are there some things that are broken in your life that you know you should be getting rid of? Put a 1 in the chat if that's you. Is there something that is broken, or some things that are broken in your life that you want to get rid of, that you know you should get rid of? Let me see a 1 in the chat. Let me see. Is anybody? Anybody? I see it. Yeah. Let me tell you something. There are some things that we just need to say bye-bye, because it is of no intrinsic value. Let's be for real. Let's be for real. Let's do, there you go. Yeah, Robin, Luana, we got some things that we know we've got to get rid of, because we don't want anything hindering us from going to the place that God has for us. So yes, let's get rid of those broken things in our lives, because I'm done holding on to broken stuff. I'm done. I want to take hold to those things that are necessary. And one of the things that's necessary is that we spend time in the presence of our Father, that we make sure that we give him the first fruits of the day, that we spend time in his presence and allow him to talk to us, allow him to give us what it is that we need so that we can be our best. And I want to encourage you, if you do not have a devotional book, I want to encourage you that just as I spend time in the presence of the Lord, I give him my best, and I allow him to speak to me. I want to encourage you, make sure that you have a daily devotional, that you spend time in the presence of God, that you have a journal, that you're writing out the things that God has said for you to do, that he's giving you those downloads that are going to thrust you forward. I use my own personal devotional, Refresh, Refill, Renew, and I use my journal. Why? Because that's what God speaks to me, and I remind myself of what he has said to me. And I write in my journal, and I say, God, I thank you for speaking to me today, and put myself in a space to receive from him those downloads that are going to set me forward, so that we're not holding on to broken stuff, that we're not walking around the mountain 5 and 6 and 7 times over and over again, but that we're moving in the direction that God has for us. Let me tell you something, 2020 is going to be here before you know it. Are you ready? Are you locked and loaded? Have you swept the space and gotten rid of those things that have been trying to hold you back? Let me encourage you. Get what you need so that you can move forward. Don't allow the devil to distract you and make you think that, yeah, you can fix it later. Yeah, you can do it later. No, now is the accepted time. Now is the day of decision. Now is that day. So let me encourage you. Make sure that you spend time in the presence of God. And if you don't have a devotional, please feel free to go to DarleneThorne.com and pick up your copy of Refresh, Refill, Renew. Get your journal, because it'll bless your socks off. I'm telling you, it will. Making the investment in yourself to hear from the Lord and allow him to talk to you, nothing else like it. I just came off of a weekend of life-changing teaching, life-changing interaction. Let me tell you something. God is doing big things, and I get to be a part of it. And one of the things that I know that he's told me to do is that I need to be out here sharing the things that he has placed in my heart, because it's not just for me, but it's for me to be able to share with you. It's for me to be able to give you what you need to strengthen you. Yes. And so now I'm going back and I'm looking at some of these I'm looking at some of these comments. My good, yes. And I see it says, yeah, we don't have time to waste. And thank you so much, Miss Sheila. Yes, I'm back. I'm back with a vengeance. I'm back. I'm excited about it that God is doing. So, hello, Tanisha. Hello. My AP is out here. Hey, Angela, good to see you. Miss Sheila, I am excited about what God is doing right now in this season. We don't have time to waste. We've got to be about his business. So we're done holding on to broken stuff. I'm going to be out here tomorrow, right here. Make sure that you are tuned in. I'm back here, right here on our page, the Refresh, Refill, Renew, Let's Talk page. I'd love to see your comments. If you have any questions, anything that I can do to be an encouragement for you, let me do that. Yes, yeah. Oh, you've already started. Yes, you started the process, Sheila. Absolutely, absolutely. Yes, let me tell you, what God is doing for me in this season is just strengthening my resolve, because there was a time that I got a little bit discouraged. I was feeling a little bit like, oh, am I really supposed to do this? And let me tell you, I heard a word and it just pricked me in my spirit that if I'm not doing what I'm supposed to do, I can be holding up progress for somebody else. And it could be someone that I don't even know. Because we never know who's watching us. We never know who is in our sphere of influence. We have no idea. So we have always, all of us have to be about God's business and doing what he has told us to do without apology. Do what God has told us to do. So you're going to see me out here because I'm back with a vengeance, and I'm back because I'm obedient to what God has said to do. So I want to encourage you, whatever it is that the Lord is telling you to do, do it. Get his job done, because he is looking for you to show up. And those people that you've been called to are waiting for you to show up. So we're going to be showing up, cleaning ourselves out, cleaning our houses, and making sure that we are in a position to hear and obey. So I'll be back here again tomorrow. Those of you who would like to get a copy of my devotional, like I said, just go to my website at darlenethorne.com and pick it up, because I know that it will bless, as my coach says, your entire life. So, ladies and gentlemen, I'm so excited that you were here with me today, but you'll see me again on tomorrow, right here on the Refresh, Refill, Renew, Let's Talk page. I love you guys so much. And as I always tell you, do your best, be your best, and impact someone's life today. Why? Because someone, yes, someone needs you. Looking forward to seeing you here on tomorrow. You all be blessed of our Daddy God. Love you.